Hey guys, welcome back to the show. This is going to be another opinion video, and this video is not going to be sponsored by Tetenal or Camera Rescue or anyone else. Probably only my Patreon, so if you want to support this kind of content, you can go down below and check the Patreon link. But this video is going to be about Tetenal. So we all know what's happened with Tetenal. There was very sad news after Photokina 2018, and Tetenal filed up for basically insolvency, which is like bankruptcy. It was rescued by their own workers and a couple other people, I'm guessing investors, that took care of it and rebranded it as New Tetenal. First of all, I want to say that I extremely need Tetenal. I think we all need Tetenal to be back in business. But I wanted to make this video because of what I saw recently with the announcement of the new kit and stuff. And there hasn't been much information coming out from Tetenal factory or whatnot. They're being really busy. Basically, they've cut down from 200 people to 40 people. A lot of the people that were distributing or users or heavy users or clients of Tetenal ordered 3, 4, 5, 6 times more chemistry than they needed, just in case Tetenal did really disappear. So they've been working really hard to produce all this big amount of chemistry, probably for labs, studios, like Hollywood kind of businesses. And with all of that, Tetenal's been really busy. The consumer market, and I mean us, film shooters, the developer little kits with 1 liter, 2.5 liters, have not seen Tetenal in the market for quite some time. Some of us bought some and stocked it. Some people didn't know about it and are trying to look for it and are looking for alternatives nowadays like Cinestill or Fuji Hunt or Bellini. But one thing that Tetenal came back with was suddenly this really small kit called Magic Boxes. It's a kit to develop 1 roll of film of E6 or 1 roll of film or C41 or 23 sheets of RA4 paper with, basically color chemistry. And they're called Magic Boxes. They're 1 liter kit, 250 milliliter kits. You can develop in basically either a lab box or a Jobo rotating system. So my main concern is, first of all, dear Tetenal, I would have loved to see you first fulfill the normal user, the hardcore fan base that is developing color film, slide film, color negative film, slide film, or RA4. That want to buy those 2.5 liter kits or 1 liter kits. Not only are they not in the market, but when I see them pop up, they've almost doubled in price. Which I understand. You went through bankruptcy, you're trying to reorganize, you're doing all these things. Maybe the price of raw material has gone up, but I checked my emails, and in 2012, I bought the 5 liter kit for I think 52 euros. And today, 2019, a 2.5 liter kit is around 90 euros. So half the chemistry, almost double the price. So it's kind of hard to justify keeping your film and developing yourself inside a Jobo or any other system when it's almost the price of a lab. And I got nothing against Tetenal. Honestly, I really like the brand. I really like the company. The people I met in the company are awesome. I don't know if they're still there because they've reduced their people. But before you went ahead and brought out this magic box, which is great. It's for certain users that maybe will really learn how to do color and not be scared. But why didn't you fulfill the other users, the ones that were already your hardcore fans that were buying it, that were using it? I just don't understand. And then with the Magic Box, which I hopefully will be getting a kit and making videos on how to use it and how to get the best out of it. I have a question. It's 250 milliliters. So the most used tank in the market is probably Patterson tank, the small Patterson tank that does 2 rolls of 35 or 2 rolls of 120 with 1 reel. So you put 2 rolls inside. And it takes 500 milliliters because it's an inversion tank. So 99% of the people out there that are developing their own black and white are using probably a Patterson tank. Yes, some people are probably using Jobos, the little Jobo 1520, which also does half a liter. So half a liter is pretty much the standard measurement for a small user developer guy. So you're marketing this little Magic Box kit for those users, but it's half that chemistry. So that means they can't develop by inversion. And I know color shouldn't be done by inversion, but a lot of people are doing it. People are getting okay results or decent results for the home use or amateur guy. So you're using half. So that means you're only targeting to the lab box people or the Jobo people, the people that use a Jobo with rotating like I do. It uses 230 milliliters for a couple of rolls. So yeah, that's great for me. I can buy that kit. It's not cheap. It's 15 bucks approximately. So you basically go ahead and you got your Jobo that's worth like 1,000 euros and you develop. But those users that are beginners are probably not owners of a Jobo. They only have their little tank. So why didn't you make it a 500 milliliter kit? And instead of being 15, make it 20 euros. I mean, those small little bottles, just the footprint of that and filling them up. And from what I've heard, they're filling them up by hand. And yes, glass is better than plastic. We all agree with that. But those little bottles is just such amount of waste, like shipping that little box. Like if it was just instead of 250, it's 50 milliliters concentrate, 250 working solution. So you would have made half a liter. You would have opened your spectrum to like 90% of the market, people that are using the Patterson either with a little turning thing or maybe just inversion like usual. It would have been great. And I understand you're trying to limit it to one roll and a small price. But if it would have been 21 euros and you could do, you know, the small tank and you can recycle, because we all know Tetenal stuff you can use a couple times. Maybe instead of 2 rolls of 35, that people could do 6 rolls of 35 and then suddenly it's not that bad. But you open it to those people with those tanks. Like how many people use a lab box, do color or want to do color and are going to buy it? I understand that you saw 700,000 euros of revenue or, you know, income from the Kickstarter for lab box and thought, hey, we can make a product for those users. But those users, most of them bought the lab box, are sometimes not happy with it. Some have just flipped it. Some people have it and never used it. So like the amount of people that are going to be buying that, you know, chemistry kit, the magic box, and already have a lab box and want to do 1 roll of color film at a time, rotating the little spin wheel is so small. And I don't know to what extent it's going to be economically, you know, viable for you guys in Tetenal, but I expect, you know, first you should have fulfilled the normal market, the 1 liter, 2.5 liter kits, and then make the smaller kit and make it half a liter, because honestly, everyone wants that Patterson tank. And everyone is using the Jobo 1520 or the Nikon stainless steel reels or whatever. And those people that want to do color maybe can do it. And yes, they can rotation in, you know, a water bath, but it makes it so much more scary to rotate how many times one way, how many times the other way, like opening the lid. Like there's certain things that doesn't make sense. So dear Tetenal, I'm making this out of respect, out of love for the company. I think this product is great, but I think it should have come out after fulfilling the normal market, the 2.5 liters, the 1 liter, and then later down the road say like, look, we're partnering with Jobo or we're partnering with Labbox, we're partnering with Patterson. We're gonna sell a kit of 1 tank for 2 rolls of film that does 500 milliliters and a 500 milliliter Tetenal C41 RA4. So that would have been great. That would have been I would have been like, that's such a nice kit. Why wouldn't you buy that? Or you could buy it separately with a magic box and do it. And the RA4 is awesome. I got no complaints there. 23 sheets of 8x10 is great. But then 250 milliliters in a tray, because you're going to use a tank and a Jobo again, you also need to put 1,000 euros again onto a Jobo, or 300 if you buy it secondhand. Like, I just don't understand it. And then like, everyone wanted to see the tablets. I understand the tablets are still on the table. It's not a matter that they're not there. But maybe it would have been great to see that fulfillment of the 1 liter 2.5, then some sort of Kickstarter to ask, I don't know, for 20, 30, 40, 50,000 euros to kind of develop the tablet form and make the tablets. Because the tablets, even though they could have been more expensive because it's the convenience, people would have taken the tablets and used 2 tablets, or each little pill of the tablet does 250 milliliters. So 1 pill will be for Jobo users, 1 pill will be for Labbox users, 2 pills will be for Patterson or Jobo 1520 users, and maybe 3 pills will be 750 milliliters for hardcore Jobo users. Maybe you're traveling abroad, you want to take your tablet kit, you want to develop in your hotel, whatever it is. I mean, I understand the on-the-go developing, but nobody's developing film in a park like the Labbox video showed. Like, you don't want the dust, you don't want the chemicals in your backpacks, you don't want, like, you might be developing on a trip in a hotel room, in a bathroom, stuff like that. But do make it 500. I mean, maybe for the Labbox, I get that. For the Labbox user, it's great. 250, pay 14 euros, develop your couple of rolls, you know, dispose out of the chemicals, and you're good. you got your film developed. But honestly, I think the order of the products should have been thought out a little better. I know you guys are extremely busy, and that's even more of a reason. You have 40 people instead of 200. You could have been making these 1 liter, 2.5 liters, sending them to all the big distributors like Photo Impex, Malco Direct, AG Photographic, in Madrid, Fotocasion, and other people like all around the world. Fulfill that and then come out with a product for the beginners. We all agree that the new generations are the future of film. Not me, not older people. We are still shooting film. We're hardcore fans, but we need the newer generation. But first, you kind of have to, establish that market that you had, keep it, and then go into the next market. So that's my opinion video, guys. I hope don't want to make it such a rant to Tetenal. Like I said, big fan of the brand, big fan of the people, big fan of the products. I just saw this development and I made my news a day later to announce it. I was so excited, and I'm still excited. I just think it should have been done a little differently. And I'm not anyone to say how Tetenal should do their business. I'm just a user. I have a YouTube channel and have people that listen and watch, get entertained with what I do. But I'm just trying to give my best advice to a brand that I know is struggling and will probably keep on struggling, and we really need them. If you haven't noticed, Tetenal produced chemistry for a lot of the big players, and that's why you haven't seen some products like your X-Stol or UHC110 or Ilford's chemistry and stuff like that. So just if you were wondering how important they were or are, you should check that out. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. As always, I love to read your opinions below. If I thought I was too harsh or not, let me know. I'm gonna be doing more opinion videos every now and then. That's why this setup is here. I brought out my other 8x10 at Chamonix, which I'll leave a link if you want to buy one below. It's not affiliated, but hey, I'm friendly with the company. My CNR, which is my favorite 8x10. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.